Governor Rick Perry's plan to send a surge of National Guard troops to the Mexican border is getting extra attention now from the Department of Homeland Security. Homeland Security Secretary Jay Johnson ordered the review, saying he wants a better idea of what the Guard's role will be. He does say the troops will have full cooperation from Border Patrol. Governor Perry is calling up 1,000 National Guardsmen to help stop the flood of illegal immigrants, including unaccompanied children. But they won't be able to make arrests. Now, another big concern right now is money. The president's request for nearly $4 billion in emergency border funding is stalled, and Congress goes on summer break next week. The Department of Homeland Security arrested 192 people over the past month along the border on human trafficking charges. Authorities called it Operation Coyote. They seized $625,000 from bank accounts held by suspected human and drug smuggling groups. Agents have arrested more than 200,000 border crossers in the Rio Grande Valley since October 1st. Now, it isn't just the Border Patrol that has to deal with human smuggling. When some of the smaller agencies here in Texas do it, it requires much of their resources. Fox's Noel Newton shows us some examples of that east of Austin in Fayette County.
The chase is on. In this dash camera video from April 7th, the Fayette County Sheriff's deputy is following a stolen truck. A coyote is behind the wheel with undocumented immigrants in tow. He turns around at a cemetery, almost running over headstones. He then goes onto private property, taking out a gate and 2 fences.
The citizens here have repaired those damages, so that's money out of their pockets.
Lieutenant David Byer walks us through some of the recent smuggling cases. On April 15th, this white truck goes off-road. The driver busts through 3 fences on private property. The deputy ends up damaging a bumper trying to stay up with him. Watch as immigrants pour out. Only 5 would be caught. Property damage is just one cost to Fayette County citizens. There's also medical bills for when the immigrants get injured in crashes. Take this video from April 10th. At 4 a.m., a deputy gets into a pursuit with a truck reported stolen out of Houston. The driver bails. A little while later, the deputy hears people calling for help. Several were injured and had to be treated at a hospital. But nothing compares to a crash that happened a few weeks ago.
Coming down an FM road, nobody was chasing this vehicle. It was a coyote. He had 25 individuals inside the vehicle. He rolled the truck, had an accident, serious accident.
Byer says 3 helicopters responded. Patients were taken to 6 hospitals in 3 different counties.
Our judge here locally, it's put out a figure of about $150,000 is what it cost Fayette County that particular day.
And with all of that burden on the county, Byer says what's more frustrating is that Immigrations and Customs Enforcement is no longer picking up all of the immigrants they take into custody.
If you look at it where we were at last year, maybe it wasn't the ICE wasn't so overwhelmed, so they would come and pick up the folks if we were able to catch them, and then they would take them, identify them, and deport them.
The Fayette County Sheriff met with ICE on July 3rd. Byer says the sheriff was told ICE will now only place a detainer on an undocumented immigrant if they are the coyote or if they have a criminal history. The sheriff's office has now changed their policy to release those who don't fit that criteria.
It could change. They told us it could change next week, next month, a couple of months, depending on the budget.
It's not the solution they wanted.
You encounter this stuff, you handle the situation, you do the best you can, make sure the public in your county, the citizens in our county is safe, and then we move on to the next issue.
Noel Newton, Fox 4 News.